Hello, Rob. How are you?
Hi, John. I'm good. How are you?
Not particularly happy. I want to talk about how BLM has been handled by the press. And just so that this is a very grounded conversation, I have statistics and information. A paper called the Daily Mail had a very interesting title today, which is the 14th, talking about what happened on the 13th, where a lot of people who turned up to protect statues didn't find anyone they could protect the statues from and started fighting police. So the aforementioned Daily Mail cover says, "What has become of the tolerant Britain we love?" I'll say that again. The Daily Mail has said, "What has become of the tolerant Britain we love?" Now, obviously, this is suggesting to us that the Daily Mail is a very tolerant paper. Now, do you have anything you want to say before I tell you about other headlines that I found from the Daily Mail across the years?
Oh, no, you just go on.
Okay, so if I'm going to do this correctly, let's see. So previous covers by the Daily Mail are as follows. Migrants, how many more can we take? Immigrants, bring more crime. Foreign workers get 3 and 4 new jobs. Immigration, what a mess. Slash benefits for EU migrants. I'll say that again, just because it's one of my favorites. Slash benefits for EU migrants. 4,000 foreign murderers and rapists we can't throw out. The swarm on our streets. I could go on, but it will drive you insane. What might be more, prudent would be to talk about how this is from the Metropolitan Police Force's website. Now, it says there's been more than 100 arrests after demonstrations in central London. A total of 113 arrests were made yesterday following the demonstrations across central London. The arrests were made for a range of offences, including breach of the peace, even violent disorder, assault on officers, possession of an offensive weapon. Do you know how many people were arrested from the previous BLM demonstration?
Tell me, John.
Yeah, approximately 20. Now, I need to understand that if they're codifying the BLM protesters as being thugs, why suddenly now the people who, as I said, 113 arrests made yesterday, why are they codifying those people as counter-protesters? I don't know. It kind of makes me a bit crazy. Maybe we could talk about how people on the beach are somehow not deemed dangerous in terms of spreading the coronavirus, but somehow these people are labeled as counter-protesters. And in the Daily Mail, our tolerant land, what's become of it? All these things are a confluence of miscalculated attempts to control the public's viewpoint. But that's how I'm seeing things. How do you feel about it?
I don't know. There's something in there about, the comedian from Watchmen saying, "It's a joke. It's all a joke."
And we know we're in bad times if we're having to quote the comedian, right? So yeah, like how do we go forth as a society if we have these massive media agencies fueling public perception in a way that the left and people like myself, and you can see, but people are believing this stuff. I'm still seeing strange things in their timeline about there was a meme of the NHS. You've got doctors holding their heads in their hands, and you've got in the background you've got BLM protesters. People are sharing this without any sense of irony.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's also a question of where does something like that come from? The internet's it's a really good place to sort of sow dissent. Anyone can make a meme, and it's easy to feel informed by sharing a meme.
People shouldn't be getting educated about Churchill through a meme. I'm not saying that those people being educated by it are doing the wrong thing by sharing it. I've seen one, I commented on one, and for good reason. I think that comment was there for the correct understanding of what it is, but the education system is failing these people by not giving that information in the first place, you know?
I mean, I think the thing is, like, a meme can be a very powerful sort of compression of information and emotion, where you can take, you know, a bunch of things that are going on, and in a way that feels sort of very relevant to, like, the moment, you can compress it with a piece of humor, release it out into the world. It can travel very quickly, and where it gets opened and looked at will have, you know, a reaction. So it's a very powerful thing, obviously, but I think it, you know, it's better at sort of conveying emotional, it will more reliably convey emotional information than factual information. It's not mutually exclusive, but you know, that's kind of where its power is, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I've shared memes. I more often than not try and stay away from them. I mean, the meme in question isn't one that I wanted to share again once I'd seen it and commented on it, because I just feel two things. One, we shouldn't be finding out this information via that, because once we do, we might question how much we can use that in an argument because we're seeing it in that context. Two, it should be in the education system in terms of us understanding who Churchill was, so that we don't in some way feel that what we're getting might be just a point of view rather than a fact. You know, who knows, the person who shared that meme may have already known about Churchill before that meme was put out, but it really doesn't help the cognitive dissonance. So yeah, I'm angry, Rob. I think we will cut this short and definitely talk again about more of my anger. Fantastic. I'm hoping that people can check in the comment box and subscribe and like and talk to us, because otherwise, what is the world about talking? Bye.